Good evening. This is Akashvani and I am Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the news at 9. The headlines. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presents interim budget for financial year 2024-25 in Lok Sabha, says government is working with an all-round, all-pervasive and all-inclusive approach to development. No changes in direct and indirect tax rates, including import duties. About 1 crore taxpayers to benefit from withdrawal of certain petty and disputed direct tax demands. Budget evokes mixed reactions. Trade and industry bodies welcome interim budget as development-oriented, while opposition says it is nothing for the common people. Centre approves extension of sugar subsidy for Antyodya Anna Yojna families under public distribution system. JMM leader Champai Soren meets governor to stake claim for the formation of a new government in Jharkhand. And India expresses concern over deteriorating situation in Myanmar, backs Myanmar's transition towards federal democracy. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presented the interim budget for the year 2024-25 in Parliament today. There is no proposal to make any changes in direct and indirect taxes rates.
As for tax proposals, in keeping with the convention, I do not propose to make any changes relating to taxation and propose to retain the same tax rates for direct and indirect taxes, including import duties. However, certain tax benefits to startup and investments made by sovereign wealth or pension funds, as also tax exemption on certain income of some IFSC units are expiring on 31/3/2024. To provide continuity in taxation, I propose to extend the date to 31/3/2025.
The Finance Minister made an announcement to improve taxpayer services, which is in line with the government's vision to improve ease of living and ease of doing business. There are a large number of petty, non-verified, non-reconciled or disputed direct tax demands, many of them dating as far back as the year 1962, which continue to remain on the books, causing anxiety to honest taxpayers and hindering refunds of subsequent years. The interim budget proposes to withdraw such outstanding direct tax demands up to 25,000 rupees pertaining to the period up to financial year 2009-2010 and up to 10,000 rupees for financial years 2010-2011 to 2014-2015. This is expected to benefit about 1 crore taxpayers. Finance Minister said that the government will lay a white paper on the economy in Parliament. She said that the fiscal deficit in 2024-25 is estimated to be 5.1% of GDP. This is in adherence to the path of fiscal consolidation to reduce fiscal deficit below 4.5% by 2025-26. She said 2 crore more houses will be taken up in the next 5 years under PM Awas Yojna Grameen to meet the requirement arising from increase in the number of families. Through rooftop solarization, 1 crore households will be enabled to obtain up to 300 units free electricity every month. She said various schemes for maternal and child care will be brought under one comprehensive program for synergy in implementation. Government plans to set up more medical colleges by utilizing the existing hospital infrastructure under various departments. A committee for this purpose will be set up to examine the issues and make relevant recommendations. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has announced that healthcare cover under Ayushman Bharat scheme to be extended to all ASHA workers, Anganwadi workers and helpers. In the interim budget, several measures and initiatives have been announced for farmers, including dairy farmers and fishermen. She said that the efforts for value addition in agricultural sector and boosting farmers' income will be stepped up. Finance Minister announced that a corpus of 1 lakh crore rupees will be established with 50-year interest-free loan. This will encourage the private sector to scale up research and innovation significantly in sunrise domains. She said that a new scheme will be launched for strengthening deep tech technologies for defense purposes and expediting Atmanirbharta. Some major programs for railways have also been proposed in the interim budget. In a speech, Finance Minister announced that 3 major economic railway corridor programs will be implemented, which includes energy, mineral and cement corridors, port connectivity corridors, and high traffic density corridors. Ms. Sitharaman said in the past 10 years, the government has assisted 25 crore people to come out of multidimensional poverty. A high-powered committee is to be set up for considering challenges arising from fast population growth and demographic changes, she added. Addressing media after presenting interim budget, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that government is not only aligning with fiscal consolidation path laid down earlier, but it is also bettering it. She said this is the simple, straightforward message which every rating agency should take on board. Speaking on three heads of governance, development and performance, the minister said the government has delivered on development, better managed economy with correct intentions, correct policies and correct decisions.
I want to draw your attention to GDP, governance, development and performance. On governance, this budget speaks from a position where we have delivered on development, we better manage the economy with correct intentions, correct policies and correct decisions. So it's a governance with care, conviction and confidence. The D stands for people living better, earning better and having high aspirations for the future. And if I move to the P, the performance, 3 consecutive years of 7% growth, fastest growing economy in G20, all parts of the country participating in the growth.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has termed the interim budget as inclusive and innovative. He said this budget has a reflection of the young aspirations of a young India.
निर्मला जी का ये बजट देश के भविष्य के निर्माण का बजट है। इस बजट में 2047 के विकसित भारत की नींव को मजबूत करने की गारंटी है। मैं निर्मला जी और उनकी टीम को बहुत-बहुत बधाई देता हूं।
Meanwhile, the opposition has criticized the interim budget, saying it is nothing for the common people. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge said it is a customary budget.
इस बजट में गरीबों के लिए, लोअर मिडिल क्लास के लिए और मिडिल क्लास के लिए भी कुछ भी उन्होंने नहीं दिया। सिर्फ काम चलाने के लिए, डे टू डे अफेयर्स के लिए ही उनका बजट है।
Trade and industry bodies have welcomed the interim budget. FICCI said that the strong growth momentum and formalization of the economy with the fiscal deficit for the financial year 2024-25 projected at 5.1% stands out in the budget. ASSOCHAM said that the interim budget focuses on larger goal of creating developing economy by 2047. Confederation of Indian Industries CII has termed the interim budget as development oriented, focusing on social and physical infrastructure. Chairman State Bank of India Mr. Dinesh Khara welcomed the interim budget, stating that it has laid out reinforced architecture of big possibilities. News Services Division of Akashvani is broadcasting a special live program on Interim Union Budget 2024. Our discussion just after this bulletin will be joined by Secretary Department of Economic Affairs Ajay Seth, CBDT Chairperson Nitin Gupta, Chief Economic Advisor Dr. V. Anantha Nageshwaran, CBIC Chairperson Sanjay Kumar Agarwal. Tune into Akashvani Gold channel on 100.1 MHz and other frequencies. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. The Union Cabinet has approved extension of Sugar Subsidy scheme for Antyodya Anna Yojna families distributed through Public Distribution Scheme PDS for 2 more years till March 2026. The Cabinet also approved the continuation of Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund with an outlay of over 29,610 crore rupees for another 3 years up to 2025-26. Signing and ratification of bilateral investment treaty between India and United Arab Emirates has also been approved by the Cabinet. This treaty will improve the confidence of the investors, especially large investors, resulting in an increase in foreign investments. The political situation in Jharkhand is still unclear after the arrest of former CM Hemant Soren by the ED yesterday. JMM senior leader Champai Soren today met Governor C.P. Radhakrishnan in Ranchi with the support of 43 MLAs to stake claim for the formation of a new government. Mr. Soren also submitted a video testimonial to the governor. However, Governor assured to return soon to the Alliance Party members after considering all formal legalities. The governor also said that the Alliance Party members will be informed by the Governor House on this issue. Meanwhile, all the supporting 43 MLAs of the Grand Alliance will be staying together at Begumpet in Hyderabad till further information is received from the Governor House. On the other hand, former Chief Minister Hemant Soren was today presented in the special PMLA court in Ranchi by the Enforcement Directorate for remand. The verdict on remand will be pronounced tomorrow. Mr. Soren has been sent to the Birsa Munda Central Jail under judicial custody for 1 day. External Affairs Ministry to express concern over the deteriorating situation in Myanmar and said it has direct implications for India. Briefing media in New Delhi this afternoon, Ministry spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal said that India has been long advocating for complete cessation of violence and Myanmar's transition towards inclusive federal democracy.
We are concerned with the deteriorating situation in Myanmar, which has direct implications for us. As a neighboring country and friend of Myanmar, India has been long advocating for complete cessation of violence and Myanmar's transition towards inclusive federal democracy. We want an early resolution of the issue through constructive dialogue and return of peace and stability in the country.
On video of Indian grazers confronting the Chinese PLA near India-China border in Ladakh, Mr. Jaiswal said people of both countries are well aware of the areas of grazing and there is a mechanism to deal with it. Ayush Minister Sarvananda Sonowal today inaugurated the 4-day National Arogya Fair in New Delhi. Speaking on the occasion, he said this fair showcases the rich legacy of Indian traditional medicine systems of diversity, innovation and healthcare delivery in the Ayush sector. Indian Coast Guard celebrated its 48th Racing Day today in New Delhi. Defence Ministry said Indian Coast Guard with 152 ships and 78 aircraft in its arsenal is on track to achieve its targeted force levels of 200 surface platforms and 100 aircraft by 2030. Under the motto Vyam Rakshamo, the ICG has saved over 11,554 lives since its inception, including 200 lives in 2023. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presents interim budget for financial year 2024-25 in Lok Sabha, says government is working with all-round, all-pervasive and all-inclusive approach to development. No changes in direct and indirect tax rates, including import duties. About 1 crore taxpayers to benefit from withdrawal of certain petty and disputed direct tax demands. Budget evokes mixed reactions. Trade and industry bodies welcome interim budget as development-oriented, while opposition says it has nothing for the common people. Cabinet approves extension of sugar subsidy for Antyodya Anna Yojna families under public distribution system. JMM leader Champai Soren meets governor to stake claim for the formation of new government in Jharkhand. And India expresses concern over deteriorating situation in Myanmar, backs Myanmar's transition towards federal democracy. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.
ये देखिए हॉल।
अरे वाह।
अरे ये देखिए बेडरूम।
भैया नया घर बढ़िया है, पर जाएंगे कहाँ हैं?
हाँ भैया, घर तो खूबसूरत बनवाया है, पर जाएंगे कहाँ?
अरे तुम लोग कहाँ जाने की बात कर रहे हो?
अरे भैया, घर का सबसे जरूरी हिस्सा है कहाँ?
अरे शौचालय है कहाँ?
प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी का देशवासियों से आग्रह है कि स्वच्छ भारत मिशन ग्रामीण कार्यक्रम में साथ निभाएं। नए घर में शौचालय बनवाकर प्रोत्साहन राशि प्राप्त करें और अपने गांव को संपूर्ण स्वच्छ बनाएं।
जागा रे जागा रे जागा, गाँव जागा रे जागा रे जागा रे जागा।
पेयजल और स्वच्छता विभाग जल शक्ति मंत्रालय की पेशकश।